busy. And yes, it is. It's Wednesday night. Remember, please smash that like, share, and subscribe. So the Cowboys had their first joint practice yesterday with the Rams. And the Cowboys held their own. So we need to talk about it. So welcome to an episode of Getting Busy. I'm Biscuit. So let's get busy. Let's just get hello and welcome. Give it a few minutes here. I got my shares out. Just hoping everybody comes in, joins. Talks about a little bit of what I'm about to talk about. Welcome. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. I'm going to end up getting me another, download a new chat screen, man. I don't know if this one works as good as it should. Anyway, welcome. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. Drop a few comments. Let's talk some football. Cowboys had their had a joint practice yesterday with the Rams, and they went in there and they opened up the refrigerator, had them a few sandwiches, dug into their kitchen a little bit, ate up all their food. Went into the bathroom, took a big old dump, and didn't flush it, man. Congratulations for our Cowboys. They went in and held their own. Defense did an outstanding job. It was obvious from all the clips that I've got to see and all the reporting I got, because it was like a closed. Only certain people got to see it, and they wasn't allowing too many cameras. The way I understand it, so. So what little we got to see, we can count our chickens. So to make a long story short, Parker had Stafford confused big time, and that's just not anybody ordinary to confuse. When you can get, because Stafford is he's an All-Pro, he's the reigning MVP. And he's a seasoned veteran. So getting him rattled was a big accomplishment. And to have one of our guys, a third-string linebacker, Justin Barron, pick off 3 interceptions, 2 against Stafford, I think 1 against Bennett. So that's a fantastic job. Fantastic to him. Good job. He's probably one of the sleeper guys we probably better be taking a look at. He just obviously he was probably getting first team reps because I don't think Bam Bam was playing. He's still nursing a slight injury with his with a groin, and that's going to take a few days. And a lot of people's going to talk shit that well, Myles Garrett didn't play. Blah blah blah. I don't care. Last year, when we scrimmaged against him last year, they walked the dog on us. They just let us know what our season was going to look like. Well, welcome, Mr. Unknown User there. Yeah, I imagine you would say that. But welcome to the show anyway there, little buddy. Obviously, you don't think the Cowboys are suck because can you come into a Cowboys live to talk shit? It's all right, brother. You more than welcome. The front door is open for you. Oh, hell no. I take them any way I can get them. I don't care. I think they're having a hard time with getting a quarterback over there, ain't they? I was seeing somebody talking about they're going to trade Shador. Here's the problem. Who the hell wants him? Who wants him? I'm so What is he, 9 interceptions now in the training camp? Get the fuck out of here. Hey, how you doing? Lee, welcome to the show. Please hit the like button. Hey, welcome aboard, Chris. I was wondering where you been, buddy. We're talking about we're going to talk a little bit about that scrimmage yesterday. It wasn't really a scrimmage, to be honest, guys. It was a joint practice. We can call it a scrimmage because you got two teams practicing together, which is it brings a little chippiness in. It makes the teams want to play a lot better. Obviously you're going to see the first team play, and I think our offense got like 4 touchdowns, the way I'm understanding. So our offensive line, Guyton, man, what can you say? He's still playing extremely, really good football. He's playing good football. Now, the other night, I was holding it down. I was talking about our offensive line, and I think our offensive line is going to be really, really solid, okay? But according to Voch Lombardi, Terrence Steele had a bad day, okay? Let's just to break it down, and I've seen some reports on Facebook that they're saying that's going to be a problem. Well, I don't think so, because going into this season, I think we all knew who Steele was. He's been here long enough. I don't see him going to just overnight say, okay, I'm going to be world class. I don't see it. He's basically had a few mediocre years. He struggles in pass blocking. He absolutely does great in run blocking. But the way I learned yesterday, he wasn't doing really good in run blocking either. He wasn't doing good in run blocking, but the line was holding it down in pass blocking, I guess I'm trying to say, according to what I was reading on Voch Lombardi's thread. And I appreciate him going out and providing us with this information. That was fantastic. Like I said, you had to have some kind of I guess some kind of thing sent in by June or something. I was seeing Landon. He was putting some information out that he couldn't get in there because he didn't have the paperwork in by June's certain date, so he didn't get to get in and get no film done. So that sucked. But anyway, Voch did, and he was providing it, and Boss was playing it, and I went on his threads and I got to see some of it. It was pretty cool, and to know that we had that our defense stepped in and held it down. I mean, that's saying something to me. Obviously, the Rashawn Gary was doing really good. Overshown, I guess, had a few moments. Obviously, there's still going to be some work to be done, but I just got to give a big shout out to this Justin Barron. I mean, when you pick off three interceptions and 2 against the reigning MVP, and you're not even supposed to be playing with the first team. Thank you. Congratulations. So that says a lot, man. To me, I know it's only a practice, and well, right now we'll take him. I don't think he's going to be a superstar anyway. I never have thought that. But what he is bringing is leadership. I mean, he's a veteran, so he's bringing leadership. So, yeah. And we sent you guys Parsons. You guys can have him. Don't get me wrong. We're not going to badmouth Parsons, but he went there and bankrupted you, man. So, enjoy that. That's all I got to say about that. He'll spend more time with his podcast trying to be a star than wanting to focus on football. So, goodbye and enjoy. Don't get me wrong. I'm still a big Micah Parsons fan. I'm seeing what the Cowboys have done now that they've moved on from him. We've got an interior from hell. You're not going to run the ball. We're going to be able to. We got a couple good first round draft picks, and not only that, with the re-signing. The extension of Quinn Williams on what was it, Monday? They extended Quinn Williams. So right now the Cowboys are sitting on about $21 million in cap space. So we can start doing some business. You all know I think we need to make a trade, whether it's for a linebacker, for an edge rusher. Myself, you guys know who I want. I want an edge. I just think we need to solidify edge because, like Mr. Packer here is talking, that Rashawn Gary is maybe on the decline, that we took him off his hands. Okay, whatever. But he is being a leadership. He's having good leaders. He's being a real good leader. And then we put a Max Crosby on the opposite side of him. Fuck. We're talking championship, man. I'll continue to say that if we solidify our edge. And I'm a firm believer in that. But getting back to the Rams scrimmage yesterday, it's joint practice. We could call it a scrimmage, I guess. But the way I understand it is the first teams were playing and it wasn't even close. Cowboys had way I understand they did stick to the run. They really didn't. They wasn't running the ball very well, but they did commit to it and they stuck to it. And eventually, it's going to break. You know, like you keep hitting a wall. Eventually, you're going to knock it down. So that's something to look forward to because Schottenheimer really wants a physical football team, and that's saying something because I think when we run the ball and work everything off that run, sky's the limit. This offense, last year we were running the ball really good, but everything was working off the pass. We're going to see Dak under center more than what he's used to. More, he's been in shotgun for so long, but this year I think we're going to see more under center, and we're going to be using the play action. We're going to run the ball. We're going to use play action. We're just trying to figure out who is going to be running back number 2. Obviously, yesterday, Blue fumbled, twice, or maybe once, but anyway, he fumbled. I'm not going to sit here and talk about Blue. I mean, I don't want to anyway. A lot of guys are all about him. I'm not. Okay, I want the power back because Blue did not show me that he could break tackles or fall forward or nothing last year. Few times he played. So I want to go with Thunder, man. That's just me. So I'm looking at possibly Phil Maffa as the back. Of course, we better not look away from Malik Davis. I mean, Malik Davis gave us a pretty good run last year. And also, Israel, I can't pronounce. I'm going to try to pronounce this last name. Abakanda. I don't know if I said that right. Please, if I said that right, let me know. Abanikanda, I think his name is. Israel Abanikanda. Number 30. He's had some really good reps in practice. I guess he had a couple good reps yesterday. Because I was told that they had a hard time, establishing the run. How you doing, Rose? Make sure to hit that like button. Dak did hit George Pickens on a couple good shots. A nice back shoulders pass to CeeDee Lamb. It was absolutely beautiful if you just go watch it. So that's going to be something to look this year, is because the back shoulder pass can't be stopped. If it's done right, it's not going to be stopped. And if they can get that down, that's going to be beautiful. Run everything off the run, play action, and get teams off on third down. Obviously, I would have liked to got to see some highlights of Jayshawn Barham. I really like that guy. I think he's like I really think we're all going to really like him. I'm just going to leave it at that. Obviously, until he comes back from his growing injury, we're not going to see it. So we're going to see. Was it this Sunday? We're going to get to see, or is it Saturday? I'm not real sure. We're going to get anyway. They're playing their first preseason game, I think, this weekend. So against Seattle. So I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see who's going to emerge as the number 4 receiver, who's going to step up as the number 2 running back. I want to look at our offensive line. I want to see who we going to have as backups. Thank you, Christian. Welcome to the show, and please hit that like button. Get them likes up over there on TikTok. Give me some likes over here on Facebook. Appreciate it, guys. I until he gets over that growing injury, DB, I don't think it's much. They say it's nothing to worry about, but when you got that soft tissue, it does take a few days to get over. So it's going that's something we got to deal with. Obviously, I want to see I really want to see who's going to step up as the Mike too. And I don't know if it's going to be Overshown, to be honest, because I don't want Overshown to, if he can't handle it, I don't want him doing it. I want to because the way I understand they're not afraid to give it to Barham, but at the same time, I want somebody who can go after the ball. And we all know Overshown is a heat-seeking missile when it comes to attacking the ball. So that's something I really would like to. If I don't want to take that away, is what I'm saying. To give him the mic to go up in there and try to take on these bigger guys. No. I want somebody who maybe Winters. I really don't know right now, but but they've been using Barham and Overshown at practice. Sometimes I don't understand why they didn't give it a shot at Maris Leofau. I really like Maris Leofau. He got to do it his rookie year. Zimmer trusted him, but last year Eberflud, he really didn't. Nobody excelled with him at all. So anyway, congratulations to the Cowboys. They went into the Rams, and they held it down. They did a real good job. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of shit from both teams, but the first teams, the way I understand it, wasn't even close, and the defense stepped up, had Stafford completely confused, and that's huge. To me, that's huge. And then an unknown guy goes up and gets 3 interceptions. A linebacker. That's telling me Parker was confusing the living shit out of Stafford, and we gotta love. But see, Stafford's always been known to throw interceptions. I don't care. Just go back and look at his record at Detroit. He throws interceptions at key moments of the game. Now, obviously at the Rams, he does take care of the ball. He's a solid quarterback. Can't take it away from him. When you get these older quarterbacks, there's not much they haven't seen. They've probably seen every defense defense there is. They've seen probably every coordinator, so they get a feel of what they're trying to do and how to attack it. So, but to have Parker in his bag, confusing Stafford, I thought was cool. I really do. I thought it was absolutely cool. I think it was cool that Cowboys held it down, because they didn't last year. They didn't. It was sad. This year they held it down. They held it down really, really good. Yeah, Chris, I agree, man. I would just wish that this should have put him on the outside linebacker. I don't get. We're not seeing anything from him in camp because they're doing this shit. Maris has a knack for going and attacking the ball. A lifelong Notre Dame fan, so I'm very familiar with him and watching, and I've watched him the entire time at Notre Dame. He was really good. And in NFL, I was glad that he came to the Cowboys, but at the same time, it doesn't look like he's going to. He may make the team. He'd probably be on the special teams. To me, that's what it's starting to look like. Special teams. He did do good on special teams last year, and that's just maybe how it's going to be. I hate it, but we're not getting to see him he's not getting a shot at being at holding down the mic. But we still got weeks to go. There's still a lot of practice to go, so they may may take a look at him. But so far, it's been mostly Bam Bam. So, and I'll be glad when he comes back. And Caleb Downs, I guess, didn't really get a lot of reporting on him yesterday. They're showing some instances where he got burned a few times. Well, he's a rookie. That he has been doing really good in practice. He's going to take some lumps. He's a rookie. He's still learning. He's just not going to come in and be a superstar all at once. But then again, we ain't played a real game yet with everybody together yet. So this is just practice. This is just a joint practice. We can call it a scrimmage, but it really wasn't. It was just going against another team, and instead of popping your own guys, you get to pop somebody else. And there was some chippiness, the way I understand. And what really held it down is after the practice was over, Dak and Demo decided to get everybody together. They started running sprints. This team's focused, and Demo stepping up, being a leader is really good. Dak, I understand, went in there yesterday talking shit, but Dak's going to. That's one of the reasons why we love him. He's our leader. He went in there talking shit, and then I was seeing the video of the guys walking off, and the Rams walking off, should I say? And they looked back. They didn't know how to act with Cowboys out there running wind sprints, man. With after being in a 3 hour or maybe 2 hour long scrimmage game with them. I guess you can call it a scrimmage. It really wasn't, but they would hold it down. They're working hard, and being in tip top shape is very important. And I absolutely love it. I love what I'm hearing from this team. I love what I'm seeing from this team. I'm hoping we can just take that one step more. Go get a game wrecking edge rusher. I will continue to say that. Even if I'm not ready to pivot away from Max, I just can't. I can't. I just can't. Not yet. Because I just, like I was talking on, I was on the Skywalker show yesterday, and I was saying then, I'm like, dude, we had him. For 2 days, it looked like he was going to Dallas, because when was the last time we ever seen the Cowboys step up and be this aggressive on day one of free agent frenzy? When's the last time we ever seen that? No, even for day one of free agent, man, they're out. Jerry's out on his damn yacht somewhere, dude. But no, they went and got it. They went and signed a safety in Thompson, and then they went and traded for Rashawn. They made an aggressive trade for Max, as we all know, and then according to Trey Wingo, we had him. It looked like he was coming to Dallas until Ravens and the Eagles started spreading their bird shit everywhere. Then it just went apart. Then they backed out, but we had him. So I want to revisit that. And especially having some cap money now, we get a good trade, figure out a way what it would take to get him in here and restructure his deal. One can only we put that guy on our defense, because I know Parker wants him. I know he does, because we wouldn't have tried so hard. Hell, Dan Quinn wanted Bobby Wagner several years ago. We didn't give it to him, and he was beating the table wanting Bobby Wagner. Honestly, if we do end up bringing in somebody like a Von Miller, I won't be against it. But I want the big cheese. Von would be a really good second long third down player, because that'd be about all we'd be able to get out of it. We're not going to get a dominant player like we would if we trade for somebody like a Max Crosby, who's in his prime, and we're putting that with Quinn Williams and Rashawn Gary. Oh man, it should be that would be perfect. That would be perfect. But sometimes perfection doesn't happen, and when you're a Cowboys fan, it really doesn't happen. I can only dream and wish, but we're keeping the hashtag to Max to Dallas going. We work it every day. Stephen Mack on Twitter, man, he won't stop. He's all about it. He's pretty entertaining. He's pretty dope, man. He's all about it, man. He's really cool. So I make sure I visit his post every day, and I put in the hashtag Max to Dallas. And it doesn't necessarily mean that, that we can get Max. But another game-wrecking edge, man, is what we need. I think we need that more than going after, let's say, because it still doesn't make sense for this Jordan Brooks thing. I don't get it. Though it would be kind of cool to have him, but Miami just extended him. I just don't see the sense in it, to be honest, and from Miami or Dallas. And if Miami was going to trade him, why would they sign and then trade? I maybe there's logic to that. I have no idea. Try to get more out of him, but I don't think so. I think Cowboys should pivot right to an edge, because our edge, and speaking of edge, Sam Williams has really stepped up. They not talking. Oh. Are you talking about Max, Chris? Because I've seen the movement, man. I've seen him running. I've seen him. I've seen he was at the SAC Summit, man, and he was teaching. So what I'm explain that. What he's saying there, Chris? I'm not understanding what you're saying right there. Anyway, they were talking about that knee, saying, I watched a few other big time podcasters, and they have a hell of a lot more following that I got, and I just called them bullshit, and I thought, man, and because that's not what his doctor said, and sure enough, he's as far as I know, he's full go at practice, and him and Cousins got into an altercation just the other day, and they kicked them both out of that. They suspended them both out of practice for a day, which is, and then I thought that was kind of funny. And of course, my boy Stephen Mack, he went in on that, man. They don't want you there. Bring him back to, just get him over here. So I still understand what you're saying. Are you saying that the knee is okay, or are you saying that they were just talking shit and now would they realize he's all right? It could be long term. I'm not understanding what you're saying here, because what I've seen is that he's a full go. He's full go. Anyway, that's I think that'd be dope as hell to have him. But even if we have to pivot to somebody like a Thibodeau, which I've heard that could be an option. And we've seen the Giants are just dumb enough to let somebody like that go. They let Saquon Barkley go, the damn Eagles, man. So I know they could probably be persuaded pretty damn easy. They've also there's also talks about Josh Sweat. But I just think Max is the man. I just think that's the man. That's the man to have. I mean, we're not going to have him maybe just for a couple years anyway, because we got to put a team now. And I really not even want to think about a couple years. I'm thinking about this year. I mean, this is the season I'm looking at. We got a dope ass offense. We got a dope ass defensive coordinator. We got a hell of a coaching staff. We got a coach that's he's impressing the living shit out of everybody. So I say we go for it now. The hell with that shit. And I really loved what I heard from yesterday from the Cowboys and Rams joint practice. I'm still ecstatic about what I'm hearing about and what I'm seeing with Tyler Guyton, man. I love it. Who said that? Because that's not what I've heard. That's not what I've heard at all. we'll have to see about that because hopefully he'll be ready to go at Dallas and not there anyway. That's what I want. Inbox that to me, Chris. Do me a favor. Inbox that to me. I appreciate it because I have not seen that. Anyway, I'm going to probably be signing off. But yeah, I really liked that Parker was able to confuse Stafford and got him into a couple interceptions. I liked that the Cowboys defense was stepping up and playing some good football. I like the fact that, we just know our offense is going to work. So I'm really not worried about hearing any reporting that, even though I love seeing the plays look sweet. I get that, but the defense, hearing I hear about the defense yesterday, I thought was the most important thing because, that's our biggest problem. And I think solidifying an edge is going to be so dope. I mean, I just think that's a missing piece. Obviously, appreciate that, Chris, man. Because I seen where him and Kirk Cousins got in a fight at practice, and they had an interview with Max, and Max was just talking shit about Cousins, and they both got suspended got kicked out of practice for the day. So I did see that, but I haven't seen anything them saying he's not at full go. Because far as I know, he's a full go at practice. He's a full go at camp, and he's balling and he's playing. Obviously, he's probably still have to do a little bit of rehab, I'd say, but that's just what I've heard. And I've checked I've listened to what his doctor report. His doctor's report said he'd be ready to go at the end of July, and he was. So he said he'd be ready to go at the end of June. That didn't happen, but I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to be signing off. I'm happy that the Cowboys did have stand up to the damn Rams. They went in there and shut it down against the first teams. Obviously, the second and third teams all had to play too, and it's where you're going to see a lot of shit from what I understand. But the way Voch talked, it wasn't even close. So I'm really ecstatic by hearing that. That makes my day. So Cowboys, let's keep pumping forward. Let's get a fucking badass in here. We got quite a bit of money in cap space, which I think the best thing to do right now would probably go ahead and maybe extend Kenny Clark, make up a few more dollars. That way we keep Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark together for a few years. We just solidified Quentin Williams to be with us till at least 2031, and that's great. And we get Kenny Clark to be right there with him. That'd be great. So we have our interior taken care of for several years, and now we got to go after an edge. We got to take care of that edge. Got to go after an edge. I have not heard anything or seen anything from Malachi Lawrence that's saying that he's done this and done that. He just maybe here and there, but he's not standing out. The one that they're talking about the most has been Sam Williams. He said he's really excelling in the 3-4. He was born to play 3-4. So that I want to hear that too. So anyway, congratulations to the Cowboys. Had a good practice yesterday. They put belt to ass. And until next time, you know what it is. We are still them boys. Have a good night, y'all.